The TaylorMade M4, taking on the TaylorMade SIM2 Max. Look, we're talking about two absolute heavyweights here, separated by 3 years of tech and a frankly massive gap in price. But here's the honest truth. Only one of these actually makes sense for the average everyday golfer, and I guarantee it's probably not the one you're thinking of.
Hit the nail on the head, Mike. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm Jake, your voice for the everyday weekend golfer, and this is Mike, our resident data and design guru. Our mission here is simple. Golf gear head-to-head. We want to help you stop wasting your hard-earned cash on the wrong equipment. Today, we're diving into an explainer on one of our most requested matchups, mostly because, well, there's literally nothing more frustrating than dropping top dollar on a brand new driver only to get to the course and realize it doesn't even fix your slice.
Right, so let's set up this matchup. The M4 dropped back in 2018, and the SIM2 Max hit the scene in 2021. Now, both of these are absolutely still dominating retail shelves, online stores, and the used market. But here is the kicker. Right now, you can snag the M4 for a fraction of the cost of a SIM2 Max. That massive price gap is exactly why this battle is so crucial. A lot of folks just instantly assume the SIM2 Max automatically wins just because it's 3 years newer and packed with modern tech.
Oh man, and that is exactly the trap so many of us fall into, right? I mean, picture this. You're standing right there in the golf shop. Both of these drivers are staring at you from the rack. You're, say, a 15 handicapper trying to figure out if dropping double the cash on the newer model is actually going to translate to lower scores. Well, we're going to cut right through all that marketing hype today and explain exactly what happens when real golfers take these out to the first tee.
And to keep this completely objective, we're putting these drivers through a 6-round gauntlet. Distance, forgiveness, accuracy and consistency, feel and sound, price and value, and finally, best fit by golfer type.
Absolutely no fake simulator numbers today, just real talk. Oh, and stick around because wait until we hit round 5. It is going to completely change how you shot for drivers.
Let's jump right in. Round 1, distance. So when we talk pure distance, a lot of people just assume the SIM2 Max is going to run away with it. And logically, the design actually backs that up. The SIM2 Max features a forged aluminum crown. The whole point there is to save weight up top, pushing that center of gravity much lower and further back in the club head. If you have the swing speed, that specific design is engineered to launch the ball higher and generate way more raw total distance. Now, the M4, on the other hand, relies heavily on his twist face and the hammerhead slot to keep ball speeds up, but it simply lacks that extreme low back weighting of the newer SIM2 Max.
Okay, sure, Mike. The data says the SIM2 Max hits it further, but I got to step in here for the average player. Look, all of that extra distance potential on the SIM2 Max, it literally only matters if you actually catch the ball out of the center of the face. The M4's hammerhead slot is built specifically to protect your ball speed when you don't hit it perfectly pure. For a lot of the average guys I play with every weekend, the SIM2 Max's raw distance is purely theoretical, because they just aren't finding the sweet spot often enough to actually use it.
Actually, that's a very fair point, Jake. The SIM2 Max is built for a higher ceiling, absolutely, but you have to be able to access it. So objectively, based on pure design and ceiling, round 1 goes to the TaylorMade SIM2 Max, but only if you consistently hit the center of the face. Fair enough. Moving on to round 2, forgiveness. Because, let's be real here, this is the round that actually matters for about 80% of the folks listening to this explainer. Think about the faces on these clubs for a second. When the M4 launched back in 2018, it was celebrated as one of TaylorMade's most forgiving drivers ever. Why? Twist face. It actively corrects your high toe and low heel mishits. If you're a weekend warrior who occasionally or frequently misses the sweet spot, that twist face, combined with the hammerhead slot, keeps your ball in play and your speed up. Now, the SIM2 Max is definitely forgiving, but its forgiveness is built around low spin and high launch through its weighting, not pure face technology that actively fights your bad swing. If you strike it off the heel or the toe, the M4's design intent is going to punish you a whole lot less than the SIM2 Max will.
So for that reason, I'm confidently making the call. Round 2 goes to the TaylorMade M4, especially for golfers who struggle with consistent contact.
I really can't argue with the miss-hit protection on the M4. But guys, before you make up your minds, round 3 is the one most golfers completely overlook. And honestly, it might just be the most important round in this entire showdown.
Let's get into it. Round 3, accuracy and consistency.
This round is all about what happens when the pressure is on and you absolutely have to hit a fairway. Think about the soul of the SIM2 Max, specifically those MOI or moment of inertia weight placements. Moment of inertia is basically how well the club head resists twisting when you don't strike it dead center. Because of that lower, deeper center of gravity and high MOI we talked about earlier, the SIM2 Max promotes a straighter, much more penetrating ball flight. If you are a chronic slicer or you're constantly fighting that dreaded right miss, the weighting in the SIM2 Max is specifically engineered to help tighten up those shots. The M4, depending on your shaft, can feel a bit more active in the face. For some guys, it actually tends to wander a bit more on mishits compared to the SIM2 Max's incredibly stable profile.
Yeah, and I've seen this exact thing out on the course. I've got a buddy who fights a slice literally all day long. When he swings a club with a deeper center of gravity, like the SIM2, it really does act like a straitjacket for his right miss. The M4 might protect your ball speed better when you chunk it off the toe, but if your number one goal is keeping the ball out of the woods on the right, the SIM2 Max is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
So, I gotta hand it over. Round 3 goes to the TaylorMade SIM2 Max, with a slight edge for slicers and golfers fighting a right miss. All right, up next, round 4, feel and sound. Now, I know a lot of spec heads like Mike might brush this off, but golf is an incredibly psychological game. How a club looks at address and how it sounds at impact can absolutely cost you strokes before you even take the club back. If your driver sounds like a tin can, you are gonna lose confidence.
It's totally true. And the acoustics here are radically different. The M4 delivers that classic TaylorMade pop. It's bright, it's slightly metallic, and for a lot of players, that sound translates directly to confidence. You hit it, and it just sounds fast. The SIM2 Max, thanks to that forged aluminum crown, produces a much more muted, solid thwack. It feels a bit deeper, a bit more premium.
Exactly. And don't forget the visuals right at address. The M4 gives you a slightly more rounded traditional profile, which is super comforting. The SIM2 Max sits a little shallower and looks a bit more compact. Honestly, some guys absolutely love the high-pitched metallic crack of the M4 because it makes them feel like they just crushed it, while others swear by the dense, premium thud of the SIM2 Max. It is completely personal. Because this is entirely subjective and they're both great in their own right, round 4 is a tie. You just have to pick the one that sounds and looks better to you at address.
Okay, round 5, price and value. This is the round that typically upends the entire debate. We have to ask the hard question: does newer technology actually justify the premium price tag for the average player? The SIM2 Max was a premium price driver at launch, and honestly, it still commands a high price point on the used market today. The M4, however, has seen a massive price drop. So here is your smart shopper move for this showdown. Go check out the clearance racks and certified pre-owned programs for the M4. Because it's an older generation, the used market is absolutely flooded with them at a fraction of their original retail price. You are getting top-tier twist-face technology for what is basically a budget price. If you're a mid to high handicapper still working on consistent contact, paying double for SIM2 Max tech that you won't even fully utilize is, well, it's just bad math.
There is no debate here. Round 5 goes to the TaylorMade M4 by a very wide margin on pure value. Oh man, the value on the M4 is just insane. But hold on, don't go anywhere, because here is the part where we tell you exactly who should buy each one, and one of these answers is definitely going to surprise you.
Round 6, best fit by golfer type. Let's run right down the matrix. Complete beginners and high handicappers? Go with the M4. The twist phase protects your mishits, and it's incredibly friendly on the wallet. Mid-handicappers? Now this is a toss-up. If you want lower spin and more raw distance, go with the SIM2 Max. But if you want better value and mishit protection, grab the M4. Low handicappers and guys swinging over 95 miles per hour? SIM2 Max for sure. The deeper weighting and workable ball flight heavily favor a stronger player. Chronic slicers? SIM2 Max has the slight edge for tightening up that right miss. And finally, budget shoppers? The M4. Absolutely no contest whatsoever. Guys, listen to me for a second. The absolute biggest mistake I see golfers make is walking into a pro shop and buying the newest driver just because it's new, or because their buddy bought one, or because they saw some tour pro hit it on TV last Sunday. Yes, the SIM2 Max looks incredible pulling it out of the bag, no doubt. But if you are a 20 handicap who hits it all over the face, paying double for a driver that doesn't actually fix your specific miss is just burning money. You cannot skip this explainer's core lesson. You need to buy the club that actually masks your flaws, not the one that looks coolest strapped to the back of the cart. When you look at it logically, taking into account distance, forgiveness, consistency, and the massive difference in price, the final verdict becomes crystal clear.
If you have the swing speed, you hit the center consistently, and money is absolutely no object, the SIM2 Max is a fantastic piece of modern technology. But for the average American weekend golfer who prioritizes savings, needs a driver that forgives off-center strikes, and wants proven face technology, the TaylorMade M4 is definitively the smarter buy.
And that is the showdown. Drop a comment below right now. Which one are you putting in the bag? Seriously, tell us your handicap and your usual miss.
If this explainer saved you some cash, hit subscribe. But it does leave us with one final provocative question. If a driver from 2018 is still this incredibly good at fixing the average golfer's game, what exactly are you paying for when you buy brand new?